Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Atlantic Studios. So I'll do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic books, show what's on my drawing table, and remind you all that Cyst, the Skin Grafter, on Kickstarter, Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m., cystcomic.com. Really excited to bring this Kickstarter to you. Thanks so much to everybody for your continued support. The comic book is done, so just need your help to hit goal, to be able to print and distribute it. And this is kind of the first piece of the puzzle in the expanding Archive universe. So we have Archive, the Warhood Odyssey, Warhood, the Oppressors, Cyst, Ledge. It's all going to come together. So I'm really excited to kind of continue the story and be able to continue making comic books. But I can't do it without your help. So I'm going to need you on Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. to go to cystcomic.com. And you can get a bunch of awesome pledge rewards. There are copies of The Oppressors, issue 1. There is Archive, volume 2. There is Archive, volume 1. Everything's signed and everything ready to go out the door as soon as we hit goal and the campaign ends. And you're not going to be charged until the campaign ends. So Monday, 10 a.m., cystcomic.com. And if we hit goal in the first 48 hours, I'm going to do Chrome Warhood stickers for those backers in the first 48 hours. And what was the thing? A Versus issue 0 digital comic to everybody, to every backer. If we hit goal in the first 48 hours, I think we can do it. I hope we can do it. That would be great. I would love to be able to hit goal and then just kind of cruise on stretch goals. That's always the thing with these campaigns. There's a lot of stress and anxiety and worry over, does this look right, does that look right? But I've done a few of these, so I think everybody knows I fulfill. I do what I say I'm going to do. I provide more than I say I'm going to. Anybody that backs this campaign, you're going to get a lot of awesome stuff. And thank you so much to everybody that has backed campaigns, has gotten commissions, has supported my work. It means a lot to me. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm super excited to have Cyst, the Skin Grafter, on Kickstarter. Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. Be there, be square. Let's hit goal in the first 48 hours and then cruise on to stretch goals. And why not, right? We're all just going to be hanging out and having fun and making comics. So that's my plan. So I'm going to flip the camera, do a little live drawing. You have any questions, comments, concerns, please post them below. Happy to chat with you for a little bit. And let me know if the audio is working. I hope it is. If not, whatever. You get the idea. All right, flipping the camera. What's on my drawing table? A big, empty white piece of paper. I know, pretty exciting. Not too much. It looks like the audio's working. Great, cool. I'm always a little apprehensive because there's a couple times I was doing drawings like this, live drawings, and it was like, the audio doesn't work. It's like, that's kind of silly. What am I, just talking to myself this whole time? All right, I'm going to go blue pencil. Actually, you know what? I'm going to skip blue pencil. I'm going to go right to regular pencil. We got 2 different kinds of graphite. Oh, yeah. And go to DylanDistraction.com or twitch.tv/Atlantic Studios if those are platforms you prefer to watch people draw on. And so I'll do a little instructional stuff. So I have 2 different kinds of graphite on here. That one's a little firmer and that one's a little darker. Kind of see that. So one of them is a little bit lighter gray, a little darker gray. So I'll start with the lighter gray one first. Need an eraser. Yeah, I'm excited for the Kickstarter on Monday, but it is stressful. I don't know if you've felt this way before with anything you've ever created, but you do kind of create in this vacuum where you're like, man, I like what I'm doing. I am enjoying creating. I hope other people get it and like it and want to have it in their lives and want to support me and my work. But there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I get that there's a lot of people having a tough time and if it's just kind of the way it is. So there's that thinking where like, geez, now's not a good time. It's like, well, is there ever a perfect scenario? Is there ever a perfect time to try to promote your work? Or if people waited until it's like, oh, this is the only perfect time. Like you hear about some Kickstarter campaigns, it's like, oh, you can only do a campaign in February or November, March. It's like, or August. It's like, it's the best time. It's like, well, is there ever a perfect time? I don't know. It's always something. Guess you just kind of have to hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and whatever happens, happens. I think that what I've been able to do is provide cool stuff, provide stuff that I would want to get as a backer of a campaign. So, but the other thing too is with any of this sort of, you kind of rely on this network of social media, and that's, who knows? I mean, I see people. I haven't obviously figured it out. You're like, oh yeah, I see people that do it really well, and I see people that I go, oh, they should be huge. Why aren't they? Why are their numbers so low? And then I go, oh, why? And then I said to people, I'm like, why are their numbers so high? But it's just, a lot of this stuff you don't have any control over it. But what I do have control the controllables. What do I have control over? Well, I can make stuff I think is fun and enjoyable and present it to people. It's like, oh. Yeah, that's about what I can do. So that's what I do. And if you like what I'm doing and you want to participate and enjoy it, awesome. If not, it's not your thing, totally fine. But not knowing about it, that's the bummer. It's like, oh. It's like if people see it and they go, not my thing, I go, cool, totally. I get it. But if they never hear about it, never know about it to decide, it's like, oh, that's too bad. Because maybe they did want to enjoy it. Maybe they did want to participate. Maybe they did want to have it in their lives. They just didn't get the option. Because it didn't pop up in their feed. But that's like with anything. Those things, can't spend time worrying about that. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Michael Jordan said. So, it's got to keep taking shots. I think if anything, with any of this stuff, it's like if I was disingenuous or if I didn't really love making stuff. I mean, I've been in publishing for 20 years. Like, if I didn't love doing this, I think it'd be pretty transparent. Be like, oh, no, he's just... I think, if anything, people go, oh, he clearly is passionate about this. Whether or not people like it or enjoy it or want it, I don't think anybody would argue that I'm not passionate, because I'm for sure passionate about comic books and publishing and creating and drawing. I mean, you don't do something for 16 hours a day without, being motivated. I'm for sure motivated about it. So I hope everyone's having an awesome, what day is today? Friday. And Kickstarter. Monday. Yeah, dope chromed out Warhood sticker. If we hit goal in the first 48 hours. Bam Llama, and go to systcomic.com. Sign up, get alerted when it goes live. It'll be around 10 a.m. Monday morning. And I'll be going on live and telling everybody that it's live when it's live. And I might get anxious and jump early. So be ready at any point. Monday, around 10. I'm super excited to be doing another campaign. I'm really excited for people to see my Syst character in action. The comic book is done. That's the other thing about Kickstarter. I think people are kind of apprehensive sometimes because they go, oh, I'm going to back this and it'll be, years before I get it. It's like, nah, with me, it's months. And I get some reasons, some people can't get their stuff done until it's done. I mean, that's, everybody's different. Everybody's different schedule, timelines. But I remember seeing Rob Liefeld's campaign a while ago, and I'm like, oh, I'm bummed I missed out on that. And then you see it just never gets fulfilled until finally it does. And you're like, oh, cool. It's like, wow, well, it took longer. I'm sure it took longer than he wanted. But I am a Rob Liefeld fan. I think he is an entertaining person and a talented creator. And I know sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know, Liefeld, I don't really get it. I'm like, totally. Not for everyone. Completely understand. I think it's fun. So I'm looking at a lot of Frank Miller lately. Frank Miller, another creator I'm a fan of. Yeah, if you're watching the replay on this, please share with me who you were looking at and reading lately. I go through a lot of phases as far as stuff I'm into. Frank Miller's always at the top of the list. Of course, Mark Silvestri, Eric Larson, Tyler Kirkham, Dave Finch. Those guys are always at the top of the list. But I'm always interested in what other people are looking at and enjoying. And there's a lot of really talented creators out there right now, for sure. This is a great time to be a fan of comic books and pop culture. I've heard it referred to as geek culture. What do you think about that? Like, is that a thing? Geeky? Geeks? I don't know. Is that like a term of endearment now? We're taking that. That's ours now. Really? Is that a symbol of pride? So I might just pencil this one, leave it as pencils. I have not decided yet. I'm going to share a page. So yeah, the Kickstarter, Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. Gonna hit goal in the first 48, and then everyone's gonna get chromed out Warhood stickers, and everyone's gonna get a digital comic of Versus issue 0, which is also done, and then Syst issue 1, which is also done. Will be going out to backers soon as campaign ends at the end of July. So it's gonna be running all of July. It's usually how I do it. Try to do most of a month, and I think starting on Monday the 6th is gonna be really good. I'm really hopeful that people enjoy what I've done so far and are looking forward to what I'm gonna do next, because the Oppressors issue 1 carried right into Cyst, and then Cyst issue 1 carries right into the next thing. And I want it to kind of just be this archive world. And I'm excited to share it with everybody. I think it's going to be super fun. So yeah, I'm just going through and doing a little light gray, graphite, which is an F lead, but since it's humid, because it's summertime, the F lead's not really staying down too good. So I'm going back in with what I think is an H or HB. So it's not super soft, but definitely softer. And now you can watch me struggle with drawing this claw hand for 20 minutes. Maybe I'll come back though. It's like, oh, Dylan's live was great. We watched him try to redraw a hand 20 times. Fun. That's why with a lot of these videos, I mean, you see Jim Lee on his Twitch. Dude just, he will work it until it's just perfect. It's like, man, I think people would be apprehensive about showing how challenging it can be to get that pose right or get that whatever. Jim Lee is pretty transparent about it. It's kind of nice. We'll come back to that. Sometimes it's good to jump around. Alright, so that's that. That's back there. The thing I like about having these 2mm graphites is that you can have some line variety. So see how it's got a little bit of an angle to it. I can throw down the flat side. I can spin it, which is why I have these little grips on there. So flat side, spin it, and get the sharp side. And I'll spin it back to the flat side. And I'll throw details with the sharp side. So in a sense, it's similar to inking in that way. I can really have some line variety. My eraser stick. Ouch. The other thing that's good about this knead eraser is theoretically less destructive on the surface of the paper. In theory. So if you do draw with it. Hey, what's up? Thanks, Omar. Appreciate it, man. Just drawn Cyst, my character, from the Kickstarter that's on Monday. Hope you're having a pleasant day. The other thing I have here is a mirror. So if I sometimes try to figure out a pose or facial expression, I can use a mirror. It's a Mark Silvestri trick. I also have about 1,000 comic books around me. So if I ever get stuck, just can find a comic to inspire me. You want to be like me, Omar? Okay. What part of me? What part of me do you want to be like? The drawing ability? Because you could, I mean, that's very flattering. Or the gray hair? I mean, I got some sweet gray hair. So, I mean, I don't know which one what about me is the most appealing. Is it one of those two? The thing about drawing, and I'm sure everyone's probably heard this, and it's just a matter of doing it. Like, there's nothing, even, any artist you're a fan of, whose work you enjoy, they just drew a lot, I've been watching a lot of Dave Finch on YouTube, which he's one of my favorite artists, and he's talking about, he's like, oh yeah, I almost quit comics a couple times. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, no, it's really hard to draw all the time. I didn't feel like I was getting any better. And this is Dave Finch, one of the most well-respected, influential professionals working now. And he was like, saying how he didn't think it was going to happen for him. And it's just shocking. I think of that as like, wow, that's really shocking. But I'm going to say thank you. But that's the thing about drawing. It's just a lot of work. You just draw all the time, and you hope people dig it, and hope you get better, and look at stuff that you love, and either you'll get better or you'll quit. If you do it all the time and you're passionate about it, you'll either improve or you'll stop. Kind of only two options. And I don't mean quit necessarily in the sense that you're like, oh, I quit. But in the sense that you're like, I just can't do it anymore. I get that. Graduated from School of Art. I went to Syracuse University. And I went there for communication design. Because I wanted to do graphic design. Because I loved publishing and I loved drawing and illustration. And I thought that communication design would be a good way to kind of do all of those things at Syracuse. And so I had friends that went into illustration, and they, I think, quickly realized, like, oh, wait, is illustration a thing? Like, do people pay illustrators? It was kind of the time when photography was kind of like, wait, is photography going to be a thing anymore? So illustration and photography, I was thinking we're going to go the way of the dinosaurs. It's like, as soon as digital cameras became, as popular as they became, it's like, oh, no, you're not going to need to hire a photographer. You'll just buy a digital camera. I didn't know that they'd be in your phone. Can't pretend to have known that, but I was thinking that illustration would be similar to that, where it's like, oh, everyone's gonna have access to high quality photography. Magazines won't be needing to hire illustrators, which is kind of the way. And also in that time, when I was graduating from Syracuse University in 2002, comic books were kind of dead. I remember going to comic book stores, and they were just where they would have Magic and miniatures being played. So comic book stores had some comics, had a lot of back issues, which were worthless. Just boxes of, Next Men first appearance of Hellboy. I'm like, this is cool. I like Hellboy. So definitely a different time. But I remember vividly going, well, I can't go into the comic book industry. It's not going to be a thing anymore. So I was like, well, there's still going to be a need for advertising, and print ads, still very popular in magazines. So I was like, that's what I'll do. I'll do like print advertising and in publishing. Omar, please show me your art. I would love to see it. Post a comment. Comment me your art. I love when people share their work. Comment art, comment a link. Just post a comment right into this live video, dude. I'll totally check it out. And share this video too if you want. That way maybe other people see your art, and maybe people see my art. So yeah, comic books weren't really a thing when I graduated from Syracuse University. And I was like, oh no, it's just gonna be video games. That's all people are gonna care about for the next forever. And that did kind of happen, where comic book stores closed. It was post 90s, early 2000s, and there wasn't anything hot coming out that I can remember. Please, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I don't think anything really cool was going on. And so I'd still go into comic book stores, the few that were around, and I'd kind of look through, and I was like, yeah, nothing's really grabbing me. And then I think what happened after that was that, and I don't know, but there was a giant shakeup once the Marvel movies started happening, right? So then 2008, Iron Man, and you're like, oh wait, comic books are still a thing, or they're a thing? Because I remember when that X-Men movie came out, and people were psyched about that. And I haven't seen that X-Men movie in a while. I don't know if it holds up. It probably looked pretty outdated, but that was the first film that I saw where I'm like, wow, that's a pretty accurate representation of those comic books I loved forever. Chris Claremont, Mark Silvestri, X-Men. It's like, oh, guess the technology is caught up with the comic books. Because I've said this, and I don't know if anybody disagrees, but the books were always better, right? The comics, the books, the novels were always better than the movies. And people are like, oh, did you read the book? The book was better. And everyone's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, Jurassic Park happened. Even with Jaws, people are like, yeah, the book's better. But then Jurassic Park happened, and people are like, this was a book? Who gives a crap that this was a book? This is the craziest movie I've ever seen. And so that was the turning point, where it's like, oh, that's the end of the book being the thing. Like the Harry Potter, like at this point it's like, the movie's better, right? People like the books, but you read the book to get ready for the movie. And then unfortunately, or fortunately, that's what happened, in my opinion. If you disagree, please I'd love to hear other people's opinions. But Jurassic Park was the first one where you're like, oh, the movie's better. Who cares if this was a book? And then Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was kind of a goofy, fun take. And definitely a time capsule. And but that X-Men movie by the guy that did Usual Suspects, that was when everyone was like, oh wow, you could actually translate this comic book into a movie and it makes sense. So I think in 2008, once Iron Man came out, that was kind of a game changer where people started. I think that made the comic books more relevant because they went, wait a second, this is an obscure character at the time. We think of him as a big deal now, but all those characters that were in the Avengers, it was X-Men and Spider-Man. That's all anybody cared about. People are like, Iron Man, what? The guy with the mustache? It's like, yeah. It's like, what's he done? A lot of stuff. And in my memory, I don't think Iron Man was very popular, which is why they had him, which is why Marvel didn't lose the rights to him, because people were like, eh. So they took Iron Man, they took Hulk, they took Hawkman, Hawkeye, not Hawkman, Hawkeye, Iron Man. And they're like, well, pretty much an Avengers team with Thor, and let's just roll it out. Black Widow. What's better, Transformers movie or comics? Hey, thanks, Alfie. What's better, Transformers movie or comic? I think it depends on which Transformers movie and which comic. So I grew up reading the Marvel 80s Transformers, right? Weren't they with Marvel in the 80s? So I look back fondly on some of that stuff. But once they did the Michael Bay Transformers, that was kind of an odd look. My favorite Transformers is the 80s animated movie. I mean, that movie's just like, what am I looking at? Like Galvatron and Unicron. And that movie's just nuts. You know, when Optimus dies at the beginning, you're like, oh. That's my. I watched that animated feature film a lot as a kid. So that's my favorite. But I did enjoy the Bumblebee movie that just came out. I thought that was pretty cool. And the Michael Bay Transformers are nuts. I mean, they're insane. But whenever they're on TV, I usually watch them, you know? Yeah, I mean, if a Michael Bay Transformers movie's on FX or whatever channel I'm on, even if I've seen it, I'm like, oh, I'll keep this on. Like, I know what's going to happen. And I like Shia LaBeouf. I think he is entertaining. I think he's one of those people like you. And Megan Fox, I thought was great. You know, she's wonderful. So I'm a fan of the humans they have in those movies. You know, because it really takes a lot of work. You can tell that Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox, they're working their butts off in those films. Rewatch them and see how much effort and energy they have to expend in those movies to pretend like a tennis ball on a stick is chasing them. It's crazy. So, and I think they try to, especially the first few, they're very Shia LaBeouf focused, and they're silly. You know, there's fun energy about those Michael Bay movies, in my opinion. I don't think they take themselves too seriously. They're definitely a lot. They're trying to be funny and trying to just have a lot of crazy spectacle to them, which is similar to my comic books. Cyst the Skin Grafter on Kickstarter on Monday. If you like silly, over the top Michael Bay Transformers, it's got some action, it's got some excitement, a lot of things flying at you and exploding, then you'll enjoy my comic books. I'm the Michael Bay of comic books. There are definitely worse things than that. Yeah, I think Michael Bay gets a bad rap because the last ones with Mark Wahlberg, I couldn't follow what was going on. So the first couple with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox, I'm like, oh, okay, there are these two people. They're trying to get a thing. You know, it's kind of a classic sort of boy, girl trying to save the world by getting a thing story. And it's like, okay, so they got to get a thing, whether it's a shard or whether it's a cube or whether it's a magical talisman. You know, it's that hero's journey. So I'm like, okay, I can follow this. But with the later movies, for me, and everybody's, you know, if you tried to explain to me what the plot of The Last Night was about, I couldn't tell you. You know, I watched it. I watched a few of the Mark Wahlberg ones, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And maybe I'm an idiot, and there is a really simple explanation, but I'm like, I don't get it. Where's Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox? And why wouldn't, at that point, if you lose the two main people in the movie who were the heart of the movie, and why wouldn't you just be like, all right, starting over? You know, that would be a perfect place to be like, reboot, which is what they did with Bumblebee. It's like, yeah, you know, if you don't pretend that Optimus Prime is still the same Optimus Prime as was hanging out with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox, just have a new one. You know, redesign it or do something, switch it up, in my opinion. I mean, clearly they can do whatever they want. I'm not charged, but what else do you want to talk about? He does get a raw deal. Michael Bay gets a raw deal, or Shia LaBeouf gets a raw deal? I think a lot of people. So yes, Zack Snyder is another creator. I think similar sort of. People think that their opinion is. It's like, yeah, I might not understand the Michael Bay Turtles. Well, okay, Michael Bay Turtles movie. A lot of people are like, that's not my Turtles. I've heard that. And it's like, yeah, but there was no turtles. So, I mean, this is a thing. You know? It's like, it might not be exactly what you would have made, but something to watch. You know? People seem to dig it. There's parts of that that are kind of fun. And, so yeah. What's something else that's like that? Oh, so with this Snyder Justice League cut, I'm really excited to see what Snyder does with the Justice League cut. Some people don't care. Totally. I completely get that. If it's not something you're excited about, then that's totally fine. I get it. But I kind of want to see what he's going to do, or what he had done, because I think when you hire someone and you want their version of something, you know, Michael Bay, Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon, it's like, let them provide the thing that they make. You wanted them to do it. You liked or had some faith in what they were going to produce. Just let them do their thing. You know, so I think as an artist, as a creator, The worst is when it starts becoming committee. I don't know. Have I ever drawn a Thundercat commission? No. But I will for you if you would like one. I do Lion-O. I could do the blue guy. I could do the guy with the whip. Hold on. Let's see if I can name all the Thundercats. Lion-O. Chitara. Is that right? I might be right. Who's the blue guy? Puma? Puma? Is there a Puma? Lion-O. Snarf. I can't name all the Thundercats. Alfie, please help me. Lion-O. Chitara. Blue guy. Guy with the whip. Snarf. Snarf. Mumm-Ra. Oh, Mumm-Ra. Oh, man. I would crush a Mumm-Ra. Yeah, I'd love to do Thundercats. I like He-Man. I like Tiger Sharks. Do you remember Tiger Sharks? Remember Silverhawks? Tiger Sharks is my jam. It was Tiger Sharks, Silverhawks, and Thundercats. That was like the trifecta. Panthero, that was it. Like Panther Man? Tigera, oh yeah. Tigera. It's been a while since I've watched those shows. Yes, Alfie, I will draw any of them. What was the lady's name? Chitara? And then Snarf. That was kind of the 5, right? Yeah, dude, I love Thundercats. Faux show. With a Mumm-Ra. I really enjoyed the, they had the He-Man Thundercats IDW crossover that Freddie Williams drew. Oh, Freddie Williams. So good. That guy's a boss. He's definitely one of my faves. So yeah, seeing his take on it was incredible. Yeah, man, you want me to do a commission for you? I'd love to. And if you want to back the campaign on Monday, there are a few commission spots available in the campaign. So either way, either I just message me and set up a PayPal, which I'd love to do, or wait till the campaign on Monday. Yeah, Alfie, we could talk about it. We can do like this size, right? If you want pencils, or pencils and inks would be more, but whatever you want. And if it's just a single character, it's more if there's more characters. But yeah, I can work with your budget. Happy to. And yeah, if you want to get one, just PayPal me. Happy to do it. And on the campaign on Monday, there'll be some spots open for that too. But yeah, if you want to just send me cash right now, it's cool. I'm not gonna stop you for sure. But yeah, shoot me a message too. Probably be a good idea. Yeah, I love Thundercats. I wish they'd make a Thundercats movie. Yeah, let me share you the event thing. Alright, events. Where's my events? Hold on. How do I... Let's copy it. Bam. That should take you to it, and if you go there, you can sign up to be alerted for Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. But yeah, let's my video. Yeah, so I'm excited about the campaign. I think it's going to be a really fun event. As with any of these Kickstarter campaigns, it's always a little stressful to get everything all set up and ready to go. But I think I'm at a good place with it where, I designed the Kickstarter page and I've done all the work to get it ready to go. So it's nice to kind of have that done. That is a big part of it. So I hope everyone's excited about it. I hope everyone shows up on Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. And there's commission levels available. I got friends who are doing some artwork for it, which I've seen some of the artwork for. It looks insane. And I think people are going to really get a kick out of seeing that. And this new character I'm working on, Sis, the Skin Grafter. It's just kind of a fun Chromium Age action comic. If people like my stuff, people enjoy my work, then I think they'll get a kick out of this. And it leads into my bigger Archive Universe stuff, Archive Earth. So, which is going to be what I'm already working on and what I'll be doing for the rest of 2020, unless something else happens. So I'm excited to share that with everybody too. But first we gotta get Sis, the Kickstarter, off the ground. Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. Yeah, imagine if there's a Thundercats movie. That'd be crazy. Thundercats movie. Who would you cast as Lion-O? Thundercats movie cast. I'm gonna write that as a comment. Who would you cast in a Thundercats movie? I would do, obviously there'd be a lot of CG because that's what, people want. But, even with Iron Man, you need that Robert Downey Jr. to hold that movie together. It's just a guy in a CG armor, you're not going to care. Or Spider-Man if it's just a if there's no Peter Parker at any point. So you need somebody to kind of have that sort of heart to tie that movie together. Who would I cast in a Thundercats movie? Lion-O. I think Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. That dude's good. I liked him a lot in Black Panther. I think he could play Lion-O for sure. And who else? Who else do I think would be a night? I don't know a lot of younger actors. It'd have to be somebody who's physically capable of doing it, and it wouldn't mind, having to be all prosthetic up. You could pretty much, any. Yeah, Island Doc Monroe. That's kind of thinking. There'd be a hybrid sort of. People would have to wear a lot of prosthetics, But, I think any actor that was. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that would be. So when Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth were selected for Captain America and Thor, nobody knew who those guys were, So I think you need to have to do something like that where you pull people from stuff where you're like, you're going to know who this guy is after this movie. You're going to care about this world. You're going to get fully invested in this. And it could be, it could be somebody that you're not as familiar with, but still has that physique and that, passion. And Michael B. Jordan and Creed. It's dude can do it. And you give it to him and you're like, not what I was expecting, That's a nice take on this. Totally. It's a cat world. But that's all I got. I like him. And ooh, Zazie Beetz as Chitara. She'd be great. She's great as Domino. I think she's great. Oh, and then you could do Pattinson, Robert Pattinson as Tigera, the guy with the whip. Liam Hemsworth. Oh, Liam Hemsworth, totally. Yeah, Liam Hemsworth is great. He's got a great build. He'd be great as, yeah, any of those. But you know what? You could flip it on its head and be like, you know what? Liam Hemsworth, Mumra, right? You have him do, you flip it. Where you're like, how crazy would that be if Liam Hemsworth is totally made up the big bad? You know? People want to see him as the hero, and you're like, nah, he's the bad guy. Whoa. I think that'd make people's minds explode. Or you go with, oh, you know who you could do for Mumra? How about, who's the guy that was in Taken? Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson? Does he still do movies? He's got a great voice. Definitely a more mature actor. He could do something. Liam Neeson. Liam Nielsen? Not the guy from Airplane. Different guy. Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen as Mumra. He's dead. Probably not going to be good. I'm fantasy casting this. I think we should be writing this down. Are we pitching the I think I nailed it. I think we just nailed the casting for the new Thundercats movie. Call Hollywood. If they come up with a Thundercats movie and they've cast these characters as the people I've decided should be the characters, be like, oh, Michael B. Jordan and Zazie Beetz and Robert Pattinson and Liam Hemsworth. I'd be like, what? That was my cast. That was me and Alfie. We came up with that. That was, oh, fudge. Ripped us off. But yeah, I mean, that'd be a dope movie. I'd see that. And have Michael Bay direct it. Why not? I want to see what that looks like. You know? Who was another good actor? Oh, have the guys that did Endgame, the brothers there. Have them direct the thing. People love those Avengers movies. Those guys are probably too busy counting their wheelbarrows full of cash. But the whatever those brothers are, they could direct it. You telling me people wouldn't go to that? People would go to that. And have it come out on HBO Max, so I don't have to go to the movie theater. All right, so if anyone, we gotta write this down so people don't remember. Okay. All right. Michael B. Jordan, Zazie, I don't know how to spell Zazie. Zazie Beetz, is that right? I don't know. Pattinson, Hemsworth, Michael Jai White, Panthera. I don't know who Michael Jai White is. I don't think. Oh, is he? I don't know what he's been in. His name is familiar. What has he been in? Was he in the Spawn movie? No. He plays Bronze Tiger. Who's the guy that played in Spawn? He was Al Simmons. And he's also Bronze Tiger on the Arrow show. He's great. I don't know what he's doing, but he's great as a lot of those Arrow actors. You know what? Arrow actors. A lot of those CW actors. Like you look at Stephen Amell. Okay, yeah. Spawn, yeah. You throw a Stephen Amell in the mix as one of the bad guys. He could be the one of the, what are the bad guys' names? I'm not great at knowing Thundercats trivia. But the Vulture guy, or the Warthog guy, it's a Warthog, Pig Man. You do a Stephen Amell's the bad guy. People might be like, "Oh, Stephen Amell, heroic Stephen Amell played Ariel." It's like, yeah, now he's the bad guy or a bad guy, because he could bulk up for something like that for sure. And again, it'd be like Island of Dr. Moreau, a lot of prosthetics, but I have confidence he'd crush it. Oh, Willem Dafoe. Yeah, Willem Dafoe. He was great in Aquaman. I know it's kind of an odd movie and divisive as anything, but I enjoyed Aquaman. I think that's a great director. That guy. Whatever his name is. I saw the behind the scenes. That guy's like, whoa. You do an Aquaman movie, you do a Thundercats movie with that Aquaman director. I say give that guy a lot more movies. I'm sure I'm not the only person saying that, because that Aquaman movie made $1 billion. But James Wan. Yeah, James Wan. Right now, James Wan. James Wan directs. I don't know how to spell James Wan's name, but I call him Jimmy. We're close, so I call him Jimmy Wan. Hey, Jimmy Wan. Yeah, James Wan as the director. Come on. We just fantasy cast the entire movie. I drew this awesome drawing of Sis the Skin Grafter for my new Kickstarter campaign, which is launching Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. Be there or be square. And we've gotten the director locked down. I mean, I don't know how this doesn't happen at this point. I mean, really, this movie's practically made. Willem Dafoe is great. He's great in a lot of stuff. I mean, he has a great look. I almost wonder if Willem Dafoe as Mumm-Ra is just a little too on the nose, though. He might not want that role, because he might be like, you know what? I gotta be that guy. I feel like I was that guy in the Spider-Man movie. Or maybe just have Mumm-Ra be all CG. And voice actor like Willem Dafoe. You're like, hey, Mr. Dafoe, you don't even need to be on set. We're just gonna have your voice. He might be like, yes, I'm all over it. You telling me I don't have to show up? No. You go to a recording studio and you just voice act. It's like, yeah. I love it. That's a cool drawing. Looks like my character. Probably ink it at some point, but good enough for now. So, Sis the Skin Grafter on Kickstarter on Monday. Be there or be square. Monday, 10 a.m. Let's hit goal early. If we hit goal in the first 48, everybody gets, first 48 hour backers get chromed out Warhood stickers, which are fun. Put it on your laptop or whatever. I don't know what you do with stickers. And every backer gets a digital download of Versus Zero. Monday, July 6th, 10 a.m. sistcomic.com. All right, bye.